Okay, this is the second video of HDFS Chapter 3 for the ITC 545-645 class. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain HDFS concept. The first concept is called block. Okay, in this video focuses on block. So what is a block? HDFS is a storage, file storage system. Okay. So the question is that given a file to be saved into your storage system, how do you effectively manage your storage space? Okay. I'm using the parking lot analog to explain the block concept. So what you see here, I draw, please forgive my poor drawing skill. I draw a parking lot, okay? So the arrow points the direction that how car drives in, okay? When the car drives in, I pick an empty space and park the car into it, okay? If you see those lines mark the parking space. Usually, when we manage the parking space, we use this marked line to separate the parking space into a smaller unit. Okay. In this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 parking space. So if the whole parking space is one unit, then I split into 10 smaller unit. So each one this unit, I can call it block. So why I do it this way? How about I do not draw any line, like people just go there and park their car any way they want. We all know that that's gonna be a mess. Some people are gonna park horizontally, some are gonna park vertically, some are gonna park all different directions. And the people who first get in will never get out when a lot of cars come later and park in different ways. Okay? So that's not a good way to manage your parking lot space. So how do we better manage it? We used the block concept, okay, right here. That means we use these marks to equally divide the space into smaller units, and at the same time, we leave some blank space let the car comes in and out. That's the most efficient way to manage parking space. Very similar idea can be applied to computer disk space management, okay? If I have a computer, everybody has a PC, you are watching the lecture, you're using a PC, okay? And in front of you is the PC, the hardware. Inside the PC, there is 1 or 2 disks. That's the file storage media. And a disk is just one piece, okay? It's a whole piece. You can imagine the whole piece has a total storage capacity. We measure it at like using terabytes, megabytes. So like my PC, my hard disk has 1 terabyte disk space. That match to the whole parking lot space, as you see here. Okay, my whole parking lot is 1 terabyte. To better manage the disk space for more efficiently saving files and write and read files, I divide my disk space into smaller unit, like you see the parking space, each parking space. Okay. Same way, I divide my hard disk into smaller units. That unit is called block. Okay. In a typical Windows PC or personal computer, most of the time the file we handle, as personal matter or working, the file we handle is very small in size. Like my Word document could be 2 megabytes. If I have a plain text file, it could be 500 kilobytes. Okay, So our file, or the feature of our personal computer, the file handles we handles are more like small files, but very many of them. So very many small files. That's a typical feature of our the files a PC will handle. With that feature, the design of disk management space is that we will make our blocks very small. Like I see the parking lot. If I make the parking lot a very smaller space, I have more space, okay? I have more units to give away. Why I designed that way, like looks like on top? Because most of my file will be small. Okay, using smaller blocks will be more efficient. So this will be a problem when we think about HDFS. Again, HDFS was designed for handle super large files. Okay, so when like in the parking lot case, when most time your car comes in are very small size compact cars, it's good to use the small blocks design. But many times the car comes in the parking lot are super large ones. The design on top is not good one. So you probably use the design looks like the one on bottom, okay? That means I'm gonna use much bigger block size because most of the time the file comes in are big. If a big truck comes into my parking lot, I use the bottom space. Okay. This exactly match how HDFS works. The bottom one, you have much bigger block size. Okay, HDFS was designed to use much bigger block size. So by default, the block size in HDFS is 128 megabytes, which is much larger than Windows PC. Okay. So what's the benefit? So we already explained why HDFS is so large. Second, what's the benefit? Okay. The benefits. Before we understand the benefits, we should know, okay, HDFS is a distributed file system. There's multiple disks your HDFS has to manage. Okay, you may have 100 disks in your HDFS space. Okay, and then the question is that instead of managing only one disk and divide the disk into blocks, how do we manage the whole space when we manage 100 disks? Okay, we use a similar idea. For each disk, we divided the whole disk space into blocks. We just use the same approach when we manage 100 disks. So each disk to HDFS are a collection of blocks. Okay. So first benefit is that using the block concepts, I can manage HDFS, can manage multiple disks. Second, is easy to make copies. Okay. When you have multiple disks, I can copy a block into another disk. Replications. And the key here is that the block size in HDFS is much larger than traditional block size in a personal computer. Okay, this is the block concept.